So eventually I was almost giving up because I kept looking at these other companies and there wasn't the substance, the repeat purchase, the longevity, and therefore people couldn't really build generational businesses. When finally the Japanese company decided that they would sell Shaklee, I was able to swoop in and buy the company. And so I'm here after a 5-year systematic search of trying to find a business that would do two things: maximize my chance for success and maximize my ability to make an impact. And so we're in a growing industry, right? Health and wellness is still growing. I believe it's going to grow for the next 50 years. It's projected to grow to be $70 billion. Okay? If we get 1% market share, which we will become the #1 wellness company in the longevity space. That's very powerful, very significant. We are here to win in wellness, and we invite you to join us in it. So it's growing. And the second component to it is that the industry that we're in, there is no one dominant competitor. It's so important. If you were to start an e-commerce business today, you've already lost because Amazon has 50% market share. They have more knowledge about the customers. They have more ability to invest in surfacing products. They have more distribution. They can give you shipping. There's so many advantages. You cannot win. You've already lost before you started. If you want to go into retail, you've got Walmart and Target and Costco and CVS, and these companies have such buying scale, you cannot compete. In our space, not any channel, the wellness category, no one company has close to a 10% market share, which means that virtually every single company that we compete against is smaller than us. Now, why is that relevant? It's relevant because they don't have the financial resources to invest to win. And that gets to my third point. The third point is that 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, marketing hype could be successful in getting the attention of customers. The reality is that consumers have now heard so many times they've become desensitized to hype. And what they're looking for is proof, clinical proof that these products work, feeling a difference. We have an unlimited money-back guarantee, empty bottle money-back guarantee on our products. If you do not feel a difference, we will refund your money. And over the last 68 years, okay, we've sold more than $10 billion of products. We've had less than 1.003% in returns, which means that we've had tens of millions of satisfied customers. That's how you win, is deliver a product that is superior. And in order to do that, you have to be at the cutting edge. And what we're trying to do as a company is to be at the cutting edge of science around longevity research, helping people look, feel, and live younger, longer, today and tomorrow. And what we want to do is democratize two things. We want to make sure that the ability for people to look, feel, and live younger, longer is not reserved for just a few elite people. We want everybody to have access to that. And there's three components to be successful. The first one is information. Information is power. There's so much misinformation online. We want to provide scientifically validated, actual good quality information, that little things that can change you. When we introduced the idea to people and educated people that there were chemicals in your ordinary cleaning products, your personal care products, your beauty products, that were potentially significantly damaging your health. That was so powerful because we educated people on that and give them a solution. And we have now 70 years of learning how to create green chemistry, use green chemistry to create products that work just as well as the chemical brands, if not better, okay, without using the potentially harmful chemicals. That's very powerful information, a portfolio of clinically proven products, and a community to support, encourage, and celebrate people and accomplishment. So I'm going to come back to that for a second. So now, we talked about a growing industry, talked about how hype is no relevant. Clinical proof is. So Shaklee is the most clinically proven wellness company in the world. And we have not only our internal counsel, but our outside counsel has vetted that statement. And the reason is that not only do we have more than 100 double-blind placebo clinical studies that prove that each individual products worked, at Shaklee always raised the bar. We said that's not sufficient. We want to show that the combination of Shaklee products actually deliver better health outcomes for people. So we took people who took Shaklee products for between 20 and 40 years, and then we tracked them for another decade. And we compared them with people who took multiple supplements from other companies. And on every indication of health, Shaklee people had superior health outcomes. First, we had better levels of blood nutrient levels, which means that we have clinically proven higher absorption than any other multiple supplement company. Secondly, we had better biomarkers, which are indicators of your future health, and then actual better health outcomes and up to 97% lower use of prescription medications. I just shared this with some folks in the government. And if you projected the Shaklee population health results on the rest of the country, okay, we would save hundreds of billions of dollars, and we would allow, more importantly, people to live better longer. And that's, again, what our purpose and mission is. So we have the clinical proof at the end of the day. And we've invested now nearly $500 million in research and development and clinical studies. Our portfolio is almost unsurpassed, and it's impossible for any company that's starting to build that kind of science and investment in it, because you have to scale it over so many dollars. So that's fantastic. Okay, so we have a growing business. We have no competition. And I want to talk to you now about the channel. The dominant form where people buy wellness products today is in a retail store. Buying a supplement or a beauty product in a retail store is one of the worst consumer buying experiences. It is ripe for disruption. You walk into a big aisle, there's just a sea of products. It's overwhelming. You don't know what's in it. You don't know which one to buy. If you happen to buy one, the odds of you finding that the next time are very, very low. That's a dominant form. There's also an e-commerce platform, direct-to-consumer brands that are going on e-commerce. And these are kind of flashy. They show up on your social feeds. But here's the problem. Google and Facebook, or Meta, charge so much for the customer acquisition that these brands don't make it up over the lifetime value. So they lose money, because they pay so much for a customer, and then the customer gets bombarded with an ad the next day, and they switch their products, and there's no loyalty. And without loyalty in health and wellness, you don't get the results. If you don't use your skincare regime for 60 days or so, you're not going to get the results, unless you're in our ageless wands, in which case 40% of people get results in just 15 minutes or less, okay? But in our world, we have a different channel, a different way to go to market. And we call it community marketing. We filed for a trademark for this because we think it is the methodology in the health and wellness business for the future. Because we not only share our products with people, but we share information and build this community which encourages people to be successful. And my friend Dan Buettner, who created the Blue Zones, he came and spoke at a Shaklee conference, and I learned from him that the two things of all these longevity hotspots that are common are, one, a sense of community, and two, a sense of purpose. And so we deliver both. We're on a mission to do this together, and the community that you create is so powerful. And my vision is that we're going to have 10 million communities around the world where people are sharing information, giving them our products, celebrating, encouraging, and recognizing people along their journeys. And that's how we're going to win and become the #1 company in the wellness space. And I'm excited to have you join me to do that. So, take a moment. The person that invited you to this call tonight knows what's in your mind and on your heart. And there's a reason why they invited you, because they felt that this was something that you needed to hear or see. And I want to say that as you create a business for your long term, share the lessons that I've learned in my life. My father was a very wise man. I learned a tremendous amount from him, and I've been blessed to have significant business success in multiple industries. Design to be successful for yourself. Put yourself in the place where you have the maximum chance to win, but do it where you get the benefit of the long term. And to get the benefit of the long term, you have to be with somebody who's proven that they can last, that they will invest, that they're going to make smart strategic decisions, to continuously be at the head of the curve, to have breakthrough revolutionary science translated so that you can share and spread it around the world. So we're growing in double digits right now here in the United States and in Canada. We're growing around the world. We're expanding our geographic footprint. It is the moment in time. And again, the trajectory that I saw with my dad did with Burberry, I feel that that's the time that we're in here at Shaklee. We're in 10 years after modernizing our brand, our experience, our product portfolio, our compensation, how we reward people. This is the time that we're growing now in double digits. We want to compound that for the next decade. And I invite you to join me. I'd love to be your partner as we go win in the wellness space. Thank you very much.
Wow.